nap there?
No.
Good. All right, so this is day 2. Any changes, or what did you notice in the first visit?
I have a little bit more tingling on my face.
Okay. So you're starting to feel a little bit of sensation coming back.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So what starts, hi guys, Dr. David Warwick Chiropractic, and yesterday we had Doris here with Bell's palsy, unknown onset, had been to a visit with another provider, or healthcare provider, right? So you did see someone diagnosed, and sometimes they'll say, hey, go away. Well, it's been over 4 weeks and it still hasn't gone away, and I believe you're doing some physical therapy, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Acupuncture.
Acupuncture you've done. And then she saw me on YouTube, and she's here now. We started with yesterday's visit, and I was able to share with you some of the things that I'm finding. We're going to do the same thing today. So today we're going to go through the same process with her as well. And I like to do a little bit of traction to help loosen up some of the spinal muscles and tissues in the body, and hydrating the disc here, applying some heat to the area to help people relax a little bit before we start working on them. Okay. So we have about 1 inch short legs, so obviously her system, or what we call the nervous system, is stressed in there, and I have to bring it to position 2, then 3. Goes longer in that position, so we have an alignment, misalignment at predominantly the right hip area. We're going to bring the table down a bit. So for some patients, we use the drop pieces here to help. You're going to feel the table drop. Is that too much? And I see someone just woke up from their little nap over there and is actually pretty quiet today, huh? Is she a slow waker-upper after a nap?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Both legs are even, and you can notice how the legs bent a little further. Once you get alignment into that, the hamstrings and the quads tend to flex a lot more. All right, right hand on the lower back for me. Keep it there. Switch hands. Right leg went short about 1.25 inches. I want you to lay on your right hip, face me this way. Bend here. We're going to adjust the lower back. Good. And face down. Take a deep breath. Release that breath out. Good. Avoid an area of restriction there. You want to take another deep breath all the way in. Good job. We'll bring the headpiece down so there's not as much pressure on the head and neck area. But one of the things that I notice in her posture is she tends to have what we call more of a kyphosis. So she holds a lot of her tension, especially the moms. They tend to hold a lot of tension. Neck, between the shoulder blades, right up here, traps, those kind of things. So you'll feel the area tends to be very contracted right in through that. Okay. Breath in and breath out. Excellent job. Using an instrument here, sometimes when the area is so contracted in through the upper back, I like to give a little bit of help by using various tools that we have. And most of her problem, it was the right side, correct?
The right side, yeah.
All right. There we go. Good job. I want you to lay on your back. Did you feel that release?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little smile. Good job. All right, this time I'm going to have you move down just a bit. Bend your knees, feet on the table. By doing this, this takes out a lot of stress or the tension in the mid-back. We're going to cross here, place my hand behind the spine. You feel that? Real tender. Breath in and release it out. Good. Good job. Excellent work. It really helps when people end up relaxing during the process of the adjustment, and it helps me do my job. Oh, did you get up? You're awake. Uh-oh. Okay, so Bell's palsy most commonly will find atlas misalignment. And here it is. Watch out for the auto eject button. There it is. Breathe. Yeah. Feel the difference there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what movie is that one?
Baby Boss?
Oh, Baby Boss. That was a good one. So, there it is. Breathe. Breathe. Good. And we'll do a light traction through there. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually do the, Lisa, do you have the protocol book here?
Protocol
Nope, I
book?
got it right here. I opened it up. I couldn't find it. I have to change a protocol on the laser.
Okay.
So there's a laser therapy. Did we do that with you yesterday? I don't think so yet.
No.
We talked about it
Yeah,
though.
we talked about it.
And we were getting close to that. I'm going to put the protocol that I want in there. If you want to hold her, you can. That's fine. Hi.
Hi. You're all done.
We'll do it for 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to do this in the lower cervical area. What the laser does is it increases the ATP or energy in the cell of the mitochondria as we have any kind of injuries. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
As we get older, or there's any inflammatory or inflammation type processes that are going on in the body, that will create a disease or a lack of health in that area. You feel it and notice it as pain. That's what pain is an inflammation response. And so the laser, the infrared and ultraviolet rays end up penetrating that area and increasing the mitochondria or cell. That increases ATP. That's energy. That's energy in the cell. It oxygenates the tissue, pushing out inflammation in there. So I have it right on the atlas bone area here. So the atlas tends to be, so the back of your head, and then first bone and the second bone, those kind of nerves that come out from there, mainly the atlas, it comes out, but they also affect the cranial nerves, and that's part of the face and the paralysis, and mainly 5 and 7 that you have. And that's why with the eye, that's the one that allows that for you to close your eyes is cranial nerve number 7. You know, so that's why we're doing it on the atlas area through there. Feeling okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good job. So guys, you know, when we do this kind of procedure, you know, sometimes with the laser I combine that. Not everyone receives this, depending what's going on. She's fine, I'll keep her, it's on the area, she's not going to touch it, and it's pointed away from her. So, what do you have on that phone? Oh, that's why. Entertainment.
Yeah.
At its best.
Espérate, mamá. Espérate.
You want a hug? You need a hug from mom?
¿No quieres que te gane?
So we're going to stop this right here. Good. And we'll do it right into the area, into the cheek area, right through here. Can you do a smile for me? Okay. So a lot of times with the Bell's palsy, it takes a while for it to regenerate, but as she said, she started feeling like the tingling sensation starting to come back. So that's a really, really important thing to start hearing, and that's the nerves starting to stimulate again and create the function into the muscles. That's what's happening. Those nerves, the cranial nerves, make our facial muscles and things to move, to see, to smell, to smile, to taste, to hear. All those kind of things go on through that. So I won't keep that on very long there. Now we're going to go up to the temporal lobe right here of the brain. How's you doing? How are you doing? Are you awake? Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. If I don't look at you, it's okay. Okay. I just wanted it on for about a minute into there. The big area was getting the atlas bone. We'll revisit it again each time you come in. Okay. Any questions so far with what we've done? No? I'm going to pick her up. I'm going to have you actually go into a seated position for me and face the light. Good. Right that way. Good. And I'm going to hand her to you. Good. All right. We're going to use the instrument. What I want you to do is sit up nice and straight for me as best as you can. I want you to retract the chin back just like that. Good. And we're going to adjust atlas right there. Breath in and out. Good.
Well.
You all right? Good. While it's a small step, it was still a good step in the right direction on that. Next week, okay?
Okay.
All right, good job. I'm Dr. David Warwick of Warwick Chiropractic in Lacey, Olympia, Washington. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye, guys.